Alrighty everybody, welcome back to Culz Checks Out, one of our final episodes around Jurassic June 2025. And luckily, hey look, we got the Devour Tyrannosaurus Rex, brand new from the Jurassic World Rebirth lineup, and one that I've been looking forward to. I mean, it's just great coloration, really good sculpt. Of course, I do have some flaws with it that I've seen since I've gotten it in hand. We'll definitely get to, but definitely figured I wanted to review this one before the month wrapped up, so I'm glad it was able to be delivered before then. So, without further ado, let's get to the review and check out the box. Alright, so the box you can see slightly different than what we've seen before. I guess kind of similar to that Spinosaurus one, where it's open at the top, but still kind of has like a place where the figure can sit in, which as you can see has a background of like trees with the sunset behind it, or sunrise. I guess it doesn't really matter which one, but it's one of the two. On the back you see a picture showing some of the action features, as well as another one where you push the tongue, and it is a little bit hard. I haven't quite figured out the pattern as to how you have to press the tongue to get it to actually chomp. I have made it go, but it's a little bit difficult, not the easiest thing. Over here you got a warning sign, don't put your hand in the mouth of a T.rex. I'm guessing that's more just for show, because of course you got to put your hand... Oh, we got it. Little preview, you guys got a little preview there. But yeah, you got to put your hand in there to make the action feature happen. So obviously just a little gimmick thing there. Over here it's hard to see, but it says Chomp and Devour. Very hard to see because the Tyrannosaurus is blocking it. Down below we got a picture of the Tyrannosaur right there, and of course you can see made by Mattel. This one looks to have been taped up kind of shoddily right there. Kind of interesting. I don't know if it had some damage or if this was returned. It doesn't really look like it was, hopefully not, but got taped up with scotch tape at some point. Kind of interesting there. On the bottom you see Devour Tyrannosaurus Rex and Jurassic World Rebirth. On the left side we see Jurassic World Rebirth with the red background, and on the right side is the logo with a black background. As you can see, it does kind of have that same background we've seen before, where it looks kind of like a windshield that has water on it there. Alright, when we get to the back, we see the Jurassic World Rebirth logo. We see a render of this Devour Rex, which is one of the first kind of glimpses we got of this new lineup, was this Rex. So really cool to finally have it in person. Does look a little different, and I think for the better, just because it's physical and not like a digital rendering like that. Over here again we see up top Tyrannosaurus Rex. We see it does have light and sound features based on those logos there. Right here we see Chomp and Devour feature, as well as you can control the attack with the tell there. Over here we do see, as per usual, you can scan the bottom of the foot and get it on the app. Right there is two other dinos that we have reviewed, both of them. On the left is the Distortus Rex. On the right is the Spinosaurus, the tail thrashing Spinosaurus, I should say. Of course, we have reviewed both, so make sure to go check out those videos if you are interested. Down below, it's made in Vietnam, so finally Vietnam back in the game. This lineup has been pretty heavily made in China. So far, I'm pretty sure this is only the second time we've seen it made in Vietnam, along with the tail thrashing Spinosaurus. Again, it tells you the batteries it uses, some warnings, and not made for children under 3. And on the bottom again, just some more warnings, as well as that barcode if you need it. Alright, so let's get this one out of the box. Alright, so here we find the Tyrannosaurus out of the packaging in the wild, and it looks really good. Once I held it in my hand, definitely grew on me, and I was thinking as I was walking over to film this one, it might just be in my list of favorite Tyrannosaur figures released under any Jurassic label. It's really cool looking. Again, I do have some issues with it that we will get to, but it is fantastic. It is a really, really nice figure. One I was looking forward to, and so I'm glad. Finally is in hand and we can talk about it. Alright, so here we find this really nice looking figure out again in the wild. You guys can see it more from the side view here, and the detailing is absolutely fantastic. Maybe not so much in the teeth compared to the lab lockdown or that tail-thrashing Spinosaurus. Does kind of seem a little bit lacking for the Tyrannosaur here, but I'm wondering if they were rounded off a little bit more because the action feature actually makes you hold down the tongue for a little bit more of an extended time period to make all that happen. As you go down the body, you can see lots of really nice detailing, be it scoots up top or just like these smaller scales throughout, and of course skin folds and just the muscles on the legs and stuff like that. Also, something I know people pretty excited about is look at the size of the feet, and it is able to stand up. Just nice looking, more proportionate looking feet. Now this figure is top heavy. I had to kind of lean it backwards a tad so that it didn't fall forward because it was going for it. Obviously very heavy in the front. I mean, Tyrannosaurus has a big head, and the figure makes it a little bit bigger, even bigger than in life we would have seen. So let's get to some of the action features so we can get to a more in-depth look at it here in a minute. So one of the action features, obviously it said you can control the attack, which is true. You just move the tail. You can kind of move it up and down as well, and it just helps you, I guess, attack whatever dinosaur you're going to play with. The other action feature is, of course, chomping. Couldn't have a T.rex not have it do that, right? So yeah, if you press that tongue down, you get the roar, as you can see. Now, if you wanted to do the chomping action, I believe you got to hold it down. And it actually goes for an extended time. I know with the light, a lot of people were afraid the Tyrannosaur was going to spit fire in the new film. And having seen it, you guys don't have to worry about that. I think a lot of people were able to piece together that already, though, once they saw the second trailer with the T.rex coming towards the flare, where you can see how people maybe saw that and thought the T.rex was breathing fire, when in reality it was the flare. Alright, so let's take a look at the figure itself up close. As you can see, lots of really good detail and really nice paint. The head itself is just really, really nice. You can see a nice little pattern that runs along the, I guess, lower portion of the top of the head. That's kind of a tan in color, with the head itself being like a dark green or almost like a black, but I'd say more of a dark green just kind of looking at it. You can see the eyes, not slitted eyes, they are yellow with just round pupils, really nice. You can see the striping running down the back. The striping itself is like a dark green, almost black in color, but as well below it we see like the brownish color that, you know, contrasts with the green overall of the body. You can see the lower jaw is white in color, though it does have a little bit of tan shading right there, and some really nice scale work. Got that big like iguana scale in the back that we've been able to pick out from the trailers, as well as like really nice little scales on the neck, and just like look at the folds and stuff, just really, really good detail. Also thick Tyrannosaur, like a real T.rex, just massive. Its head is a little bit shorter than I think we would have got from the previous 3 movie figures, but looks compact, looks really nice, looks like a T.rex. Doesn't quite have that V-rex like the other one did from the front. Maybe a little bit, but it looks like the Tyrannosaur, and looks like the Tyrannosaur we get in the film. It does have some really nice beefy arms as well. It's been going and working out at the gym, though unfortunately the claws on the hands are not painted, just the same color, so a little disappointing there. If we turn this over, we see where, you know, the sound's going to come out from, as well as you can turn it on and off here, which is nice, because if you have some of these Mattel ones from like Dominion, like the Therizinosaurus, even the littlest amount of movement would set that thing off. So I'm glad we don't have to deal with that here. Right there is that DNA if you guys need it for the app. Running down again, just a really thick tail that's kind of short, something I did kind of think of as well when I was in the movie watching that one. My other kind of complaint is like the paint job on the tail is non-existent. It's literally just the green, the stripes cut off right there, and does not continue, and then it's almost a different color from here to there or here to there, and this part just doesn't even almost look like it should go on here. Like, it almost looks like it should come from a cheaper figure, just comparing the two. So a little disappointed the coloration doesn't continue there. Like I said when we were looking at it earlier, you can see a lot of lines and muscle work, just detailing on the legs, just really, really nice there. And again, the feet aren't massive like we even got with the Hammond Collection figure, so I know a lot of people pretty excited about that. And look at those nails are painted outside of the dew claw, but pretty nice. Let's get to the comparisons. Alright, so let's do some comparisons, and of course, if we're going to talk Tyrannosaurus, there's only one T-Rex you can start with, and that is the classic Red Rex from the original Jurassic Park lineup. As you can see, one is definitely much more massive. I mean, look at that. We got a sleek Tyrannosaur over there, and this one just looks so massive. But they're pretty equal in length, I would say, as you can see there. But like I said, the Rebirth one much thicker, while the Red Rex is taller. So let's go to another one that's a little bit more comparable with the coloration. And that is the classic Lost World Bull T.rex. As you can see, Lost World Bull T.rex is still much longer and not as thick, you can see there, and not even as tall. So that one definitely gives the Bull a little run for its money, but still a classic figure. And of course, we have talked about the other Rebirth Rex being the lab lockdown earlier in the video, so it's only fair that we compare it to the Power and Devour one. As you can see here, the Power Devour one, much bigger, just a hair longer, but just bulkier. Though, I mean, again, the lab lockdown one, pretty bulky, but you can just see here, not even a comparison. But I definitely want to know your guys' opinion. Which sculpt do you think is better, the Power Devour or the Lab Lockdown? We'll be doing a poll on the community tab, so make sure you guys go there and let us know. Which one do you think is the definitive Rebirth Rex? Tell us there. And of course, you guys would probably be upset with me if I did not do this comparison. It's not JP3, guys, but we gotta always compare them. They will be forever tied. So let's check out the Power Devour Rex compared to the tail thrashing Spinosaurus. As you can see, the Power Devour definitely is the taller figure, and maybe just a hair longer. Let's do a comparison in that category. And here you guys go. You can see it, of course, pretty equal when they're standing like that as far as height, with the Spinosaurus getting the height with the cell. The Tyrannosaurus, much like in real life, would be a thicker dino, so we see that good comparison there. And maybe just a tad longer in length, not by much, but close. We'll do one side over here just so you can see that comparison on this side as well. Alright, so yeah, there's the Power Devour Rex, one I was looking forward to. I know when I first got it, and I looked at it right out of the box, maybe it was just because I was a little tired, I felt a little disappointed, but looking at it today with fresh eyes and getting it out of the box, it's a great figure. I am glad I have it. And don't forget to go check out that poll and help us decide which was the best Rex from the Rebirth lineup. Was it the Lab Lockdown or was it the Power Devour? Make sure to go vote and we'll figure that out. Super excited that I was able to get this one. One thing I did, I guess, forget to talk about, it does have a scar on the mouth up there that I forgot, my bad. Really great detailing. I think sometimes I just kind of get lost in the moment when I'm looking at it, because this is really my first time really looking in detail at these figures when I show them off to you guys. So like I said, we're nearing the end of Jurassic June, but always happy to do more of these. So just, you know, put it in a comment, let us know what you want us to talk about. But until next time, for more Culz Checks Out, click that link to your left. For more about us here at Culz Paranormal to the right, and don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And wow, what a Rex.